Hi class, this is number 7 on your monetary system chapter homework. So the question says, suppose First Main Street Bank, Second Republic Bank, and Third Fidelity Bank all have zero excess reserve. The required reserve ratio is 20%. The Federal Reserve buys a government bond worth $750,000 from Alex, a client of Main Street Bank. He deposited money into his checking account at the First Main Street Bank. Sorry for the chopping sound. My wife is cooking in the kitchen. All right. So complete the following table to reflect the changes in the Main Street Bank's T account before the bank make any new loans. All right. So when government buy bond from Alex, this will increase the deposit in the bank. So for this one, our deposit will be increased by $750,000. And then on the asset part, let me see, this one will be reserves. So because once you deposit the money will be kept in the bank before they loan them out. So reserve will also increase by $750,000. Okay. And then remember, liability, a deposit is a liability because the banks owe us the money. That's our money. And then reserve is just how much cash is in the bank. So once Alex deposits the money into the bank, it's all kept in as cash. Therefore, reserve also increased by $750,000. All right, next, complete the following table to show the effect of a new deposit, excess, and required reserve when the required reserve ratio is 20%. So if we deposit this much money, first let's find out how much is our required reserve. So how much of the money we need to cap in the bank by requirement. So we need to use our deposit times our required reserve ratio, which is a 20%. So let me open my Excel. All right, so we're gonna do $750,000 times 20%, $150,000. So the change in required reserve will be increased by $150,000. That means this much money must be kept in the bank. Now the excess reserve, that's your total deposit minus your required reserve. So 750,000 minus 150,000, the answer should be 600,000. That must be kept in the bank. Okay. Now suppose First Main Street Bank loan out all its excess reserve to Susan, who immediately used the fund to write a check to Rachel. Rachel deposited the fund immediately into it's not Rachel, Raphael. Raphael deposited the fund immediately into his checking account at Second Public Bank. The Second Public Bank lent out all its excess reserve to Alex, who wrote a check to Becky, who deposited the money into her account at the Third Fidelity Bank. Third Fidelity Bank lent out all its new excess reserve to Ellen as well. All right, so let's answer them one by one. So first we have, let me see, where do we start with? We start with Alex, who deposited $750,000. And this will increase our required reserve by $150,000. And then the bank will lend the excess reserve, which is $600,000, to what's her name? Susan, right? And then Susan will give the money to Raphael. So for Raphael, will deposit the money, so there will be 600,000 go to the second bank. One more zero. The required reserve is 20% of deposit, so 20% times $600,000. $120,000. And then this increase our loan, so this will be your excess reserve, which you're going to use your deposit minus your required reserve, so that will be $480,000. All right, and then last bank, the third bank, the loan will be deposited entirely into the bank, So $480,000 go to the bank. And then for the required reserve, it's also 20% of the 480. So let's do 20% times $480,000. That's 96,000. And then how much money we can lend out? We're gonna take our deposit, $480,000 minus 96,000. So we can lend out $384,000. All right, so let's answer the last question. Assume that this process continues with each successive loans deposit into a checking account and no bank keep any excess reserve. Under this assumption, the $750,000 injection into the money supply result in overall increase of how much in the money in demand deposit. So for this calculation, we need to find out what's our money multiplier. Remember, for the from the PowerPoint, your money multiplier equal to 1 divided by required reserve ratio. And then for our required reserve ratio, 20%. So it's 1 divided by 20%. That will give you the money multiplier, which is just 5. And then to find out how much your money supply increased by, use your money multiplier times your initial deposit, $750,000. And that's how much your money supply increased by, okay? All right, so let's grid it now. Hopefully everything's right. All right, we got 4 out of 4, so everything's good. All right, so guys, this is how I answer this question. Have any question, let me know. All right, good luck. Bye.